Hey, how's everybody doing today? Welcome back. Good to see you. Thanks for following. Thanks for subscribing. And bring on your friends. We just want to keep getting more followers and more subscribers and help more people become better guitarists, advancing, whether you're a beginner or whether you've been playing for 40 years. You can always get better and you can always learn something from somebody else, from their unique perspective. So we're going to continue and maybe finish up a little bit on the chords in the Steely Dan song Peg, okay? We've already gone through the intro, the verse, and also the chorus. And we're doing this for advanced guitarists because when Steely Dan got into Asia and Gaucho, two of their latter albums, they really started getting jazz chords into most of their music. And unlike most bands, was very, very different, really kind of put them apart in a whole nother category of rock music. And so this is for people that are moving towards wanting to learn jazz, or just maybe tired with the 1-4-5 progressions, or nothing but major, minor, dominant seventh chords, and there's a whole bunch that's out there to learn. So I'm going to go through little by little, just review. One of the things that I'm going to show you that's different is that the intro I do a little differently than what they actually have in the book. Because I don't play this song in my band, I don't have it totally memorized, so I do have my book out and may need to look at it. But it basically, I'm just going to play the beginning first, and then I'm going to show you how they do it with different chords. But we're basically doing major 9, and they like to just call it, F add 9 or E flat add 9. And then we're going to a 7 sharp 9, okay? So meaning that the first chord is going to be the major 9, and the second chord is going to be the 7th with the sharp 9. And this is how the beginning goes. Do, do, do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. And then we get into the verse. So what I wanted to show you is they do it a little bit differently. I feel like I like going down chromatically and starting on the 10th fret, but they're actually doing the first chord, which is the G major 9, which I'm doing it up here. They're doing it down here on the first fret, basically playing a D chord and adding the G note with, I'm using my thumb here, so it's a D, and they're actually not utilizing the A string. That's going to be muted. Similar, huh? Different variations are going to sound differently and can be better. Different voicings may be exactly the way Donald Fagen and Walter Becker wanted to hear that chord. It's not always the root up top, okay? But it is here, G major 9. Now, instead of doing what we did up here and going to F sharp 7, sharp 9, they're going to do it down here on the 2nd fret. See that? Same chord is up there. Do, do, do. Then they go to the F9 down here instead of here on the 8th fret. Do, do, do. And then they do these E7 sharp 9, just kind of an open chord. Then they do an interesting position for the E flat, okay? Where we're doing the E flat here, they're doing it in a different position, like right here. And if you want to get into it, more specifically, we can do that, at a later time. So that's the E flat with the added 9, the same way I'm basically doing it here. Here, the same chord. And then they are doing the D7 in the same spot that we did it with the first way. That's their other way, and I'll just go over it again. Do, do, do. Doodle-doo-doo, do-do-do, doodle-doo-doo, do-do-do, doodle-doo-doo. And then we get into the verse, okay? And just a refresher, the verse is just basically utilizing a major 7th chord to the actual G9, okay? And then they just kind of take it up to the F and to the G, okay, which is 1, 4, 5. So they do F, back to the C, up to G, F, C. So that's the verse, that's the review. And then again, we're going to go through the chorus pretty quickly that we did before. And that, again, the guitar players very rarely play full chords with Steely Dan. They just, have 2 keyboard players, and maybe there's more than that on their actual records. They don't want the guitar player playing 6-string chords most of the time, okay? So that's what you're going to see different here when we get to the chorus. Now, they do it on the very beginning. The very beginning of the chorus is a C major 7 to a B minor 7 sharp 5. Okay, but then they go to a A7 suspended 4 to an E7 suspended 4, which is, see, just like a piece. I'm using 3 strings here, and then I'm using 4 strings here. So that does that twice. Okay, and then they continue with their small chords. Okay, you can do an A here. They're just using 3 strings for A major to C, the actual D position, but moved up here where it's a C. They're going down to G with just these 3 notes, and then to an F7 with just these 3 notes. Whoops. Okay, and then a B minor 7, just 3 notes. To an E7 sharp 9 with just 3 notes. And then an A minor 7 with just 3 notes. Okay, to a D9 suspended 4, 3 notes. So all these chords can be played with 6 strings, but they don't want to have all of that going on. They want it to be the high sounding portion. So that whole thing would be like this. It goes right back to the C major 7 to the G9. The only change that's in here is that after it goes through the chorus, there's just a little transition of a F sharp minor 7, B minor 7, E minor 7, B minor 7 to C major 7, and it goes right back to the beginning. So that part basically is. Oops. Ba-ba-da. So basically after the chorus, it does this twice, and then it's do 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 do, and it continues. The solo is a toughie by Jay Graydon. We've gotten through all the parts of the song. Again, this is for advanced guitarists to learn, different shapes and to learn little pieces of chords up the neck. I know I kind of went through it pretty quick. If you're really interested in me dissecting it and really showing you the fretboard, and going over every note in those chords, just let me know and we'll do another Peg Steely Dan video to help guide you through the song if you really want to learn it completely. Thanks for tuning in. All of my content is always free, but tips are always welcome. just let me know your way of electronic transfer. See you next time. Thanks.